Okay, so I want to go through the basic workflow of creating a Google form for collecting input. I use this to collect input from my students in my courses. For example, I need help in chat room blah, uh, but then link that to an online Google spreadsheet, which is dynamically updated based on the responses, in which my TAs can also do things like mark that a particular response has been handled. So let's take a look. So here I've just created in my own Google Docs a new form. So here, let's give it a title test form. The description is for testing. Let's give it a question. Do you prefer coffee? Do you prefer, and then I don't know, coffee, tea? Good. And I don't know, make this required. Good. So this might be a form that I want to use to collect input from somebody. So now I've created the form. We'll call it test form. Why not? And now what I can then do is I can send that form to someone. I'll use a link. I'll just copy the link. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in the form myself. Boom. There's my form. I prefer coffee. Good. So my form has been, my response has been recorded, and of course I see it over here. Here's the responses from my form. Now this, of course, I can reproduce already in Microsoft Forms, but what I miss is this button right here. So this button here will actually create a an online Google spreadsheet linked to this form that is dynamically updated automatically. So I just push this button, boom, yep, create new spreadsheet, and there I have my form. And what is very nice is that I can have an extra column here. There's actually editable. I can say served by Gary, and I can go back here. And what's super cool, so this, of course, this test form I can share with whoever I want by Google sharing. They don't have to have access, the responses, they don't have to even have access to the form. They don't have to make them a collaborator for editing the form for them to be able to view the responses and edit the spreadsheet, for example, in this case, by adding this served by entry. Now, what happens if somebody else submits another one? I can submit another response. Maybe somebody likes tea. So now this is the cool bit. What's cool is that if I just go to the spreadsheet, boom, look at that. It's already come up in my spreadsheet like magic. And now then Gary might also bring tea to the person who requested tea and then mark it off here. And so that's really what is the real power of this, for me at least. I can submit another response, tea, coffee, because then I get directly this dynamically generated spreadsheet with a click of a button. In principle, this is possible with Microsoft Forms, but it involves this power tool automation thing, which is about 45 steps of complicated matching of documents to other documents, manually creating a spreadsheet, downloading it to the offline version of Excel because you can't edit table names and table has to have a specific name, and then re-uploading it back into the thing, or if you're using OneDrive, I guess it probably just syncs or something. But basically, it's a gargantuan mega pain, whereas here, I just push this button and I get automatically this dynamically generated spreadsheet, which I can share with whoever I want. So that's really what I'm after. And I would like to know, first of all, in an ideal world, Microsoft would streamline their button so that in their own form software, this button does not create a downloaded static copy of the responses. That timestamp button creates, like Google Docs, this online document automatically, which is dynamically updated. That is currently not the case. And so my other possible request is if our IT support would please maybe just go through this 35-step process to create this spreadsheet for me for my needs, which I have in my course.